have people worrying about why he don't like me, why she don't like me. You have people worrying about, oh, what will I do? Will I get married? Oh, by this time I should have this and all of that. Just as you know, in the plate where you have to have vegetables and you have to have a balanced diet, you have to have a balanced life. Welcome to Project David Attenborough, which is basically my project on me aiming towards making a documentary, which I will do myself. But before we get into that, I wanted to kind of touch on this, you know, like a little practice, because I want to educate people as David educates us all. So, with the technological revolution, which is what I call what we are living in now, you can see going back from the 90s to now, technology has become a pivotal part of people's lives. It's so much, in fact, that I think it's something where if you don't have it, it's sometimes a matter of life or death. Obviously not me, because one time I was in the forest, you know, and like I survived by myself, just, you know, using navigation and stuff and my own compass. But it's become a key part of life. Now, what I would say is that anything that has that amount of power has the same amount of, it's a liability, do you understand? And just as, you know, we see all the Terminator films, things like that, we see that. Now, what I think is the biggest thing that the technological revolution will contribute towards is the mental health things. You have people that they're concerned about what another person in Zimbabwe is doing and how they're rich, or another person in Australia. You have people worrying about why he don't like me, why she don't like me. You have people worrying about, oh, what will I do? Will I get married? Oh, by this time I should have this and all of that. That anxiety that I think everyone has, okay? That anxiety, I believe it's been exacerbated due towards the technological revolution. The enhancement of technology. Obviously, where there is good, there is bad. Technology is good for us because we are able to, you know, educate ourselves, but too much curiosity killed the cat. And so I would like to paint a picture of how life was back then. The main revolution, because there's been many revolutions, the main revolution I believe that kind of contribute towards this seems to be, from my reading, is the agricultural revolution. Now, in the agricultural revolution, that's when, you know, before that, obviously we were cavemen, that's Neanderthals, Homo sapiens, you know, all of that. And we were placed in a world where we'd have to survive saber-toothed tigers. We had to worry about, there was no shopping, you had to look at the sky and see what that weather is going to be by yourself. You had to look for any predators. Humans actually ate bone marrow. That's how much we were low in the food chain. We weren't high. So I had to eat bone marrow, the leftovers from what the other animals were eating. Now, on top of this, disputes. You had war with people that lasted years. Disputes, not even like disputes between one person. Simply because that's just how life was. It wasn't, you know, you wake up to an email and you're emailing back and forth, Twitter fingers, all of them things. There was none of that back then. Nowadays, you can wake up to 100 million emails and you could just settle that quickly, but another one would arise. Now, after the agricultural revolution, it took away the biggest worry that we had then, which was necessity of food. We needed food. And so we no longer needed to worry about where that was coming from because there was mass production of food. However, we got rid of that demon. There was another demon that was arrived. Humans now, we started living in the future from then because we had to plan for the seasons. You know, we had to plan for that. Many wars that happened from then. People tried to divide the land. They wanted to be placed near places that had more fruitful crops. And so I want to kind of stop, you know, when the technological revolution kind of fully, I mean, probably it's already happened and taken over and there's no going back. But before it's truly past the point of return. You know, every revolution, you look back and you see, well, we wish we could have told the past humans this. We wish we could have told them, don't make life centered around that. I believe the key is understanding that with this, humans need to be more, they need to fight back with the technology and go back towards the ancestors. You know, I know that sounds so kooky and cringy, but that's the way. You wake up and you're anxious. but really and truly you must wake up and be thankful you're alive. We are forgetting that a long time ago that was something that was rare, because you were more prone to dying violently back then. Your head skull crack because of where you're sleeping than we are now. And obviously some people are living in tough times still. However, imagine, right now, before we woke up and we just had to survive, and there was no understanding that that person has a Bugatti, or what do they say, them bags, what are them bags called, a Birkin bag, them things. There was no knowing those things. You just had to know about yourself. And I believe that they had less anxiety than we have today. And so I would like to place this video, because obviously through my research, I've seen that obviously everyone's going to regret some things. But what you need to understand is that you need to fight back. You yourself need to live life. This is your movie. This is your movie. This is your TikTok. Life that you see out, the nature. You have to try to do something every day, even if you force yourself. Because now it's now something you have to force yourself. To be fair, in my experience, you have to force yourself to go out to socialize, because just as in the plate where you have to have vegetables and you have to have a balanced diet, you have to have a balanced life. You cannot go about life just being on the internet. Yes, it is that's entertainment, and you do need entertainment, but you are a human and we are social creatures, as my cousin once told me. And you cannot just be, you have to socialize. Even if you're a lone wolf, which sometimes I see myself as, you need to force yourself to socialize still sometimes, whether that's with your mom or whatever. You need to try and go out there and live life. And so when you are on that deathbed, no matter how early it is or how late it is, you look back and you smile. You're not only sad, because in movies, good movies are the ones that have your emotions in a roller coaster, not just watching something. So to combat this technological revolution, so that we don't have too much disadvantages, because there's going to be disadvantages. You're going to be too reliant on that. We're already seeing the one with our health. People have to get personal trainers. Back then you didn't have to do that. Your whole life was exercise. It was a whole cardio routine, because you had to forage and go out and get your food. There was no resting and ordering. So that is what I would like to place into just in your minds. And join me on this David Attenborough, because there'll be more things of me understanding life and putting it out there in these series, no matter if it's one person or it's 5 person, because it will help people. And this is a good, I think, detox from the pollution that you are feeding your mind on TikTok with the beef and the cheating and all of them things that these people do, which you shouldn't be, and yeah, that's the way we fight back over it. The agricultural revolution, in summary, agricultural revolution was good. It provided us more time, less anxiety, but it took away some anxiety. I'm going to put a diagram. And then it made us susceptible towards more anxieties, which I believe, if in hindsight, that is worse evil than this. And yeah.